This is Will Yates with a Fox News alert. As fear over the amoebic dysentery outbreak in Mexican border states continues to grow, Congress is getting involved. Attention has turned to the Defenders of American Rights, a previously unknown group that claims to have contaminated water stations that illegal migrants use while crossing the desert. The Joint Homeland Security Committee met behind closed doors to discuss Congress's response to the crisis. But early in the day, Congress seemed unable to agree even about the cause of the outbreak. Committee member Sheila Jackson Lee attributed the dysentery outbreak to domestic terrorism and accused Republican committee members of inaction.
The point of this committee is clear. We have an act of domestic terrorism specifically targeted towards a particular ethnicity. Yet the folks on the other side of the aisle, since it's not Al-Qaeda, won't do anything about it. We're here to speak for the people who don't have a voice in this fight, and that is the folks that are coming across the border looking for work. We represent a district that's 47% Hispanic. Many of them have family friends across the border. And unfortunately, these guys aren't a priority right now on the other side of the aisle. They want to engage in grandstanding and rhetoric and in meaningless solutions. We want to do something for these folks, and we want the problem with this domestic terrorism solved immediately.
House Republican Mike McCall, on the other hand, struck a bipartisan tone and declined to blame the Defenders of American Rights for the outbreak.
So we're happy again to represent the Republican Party and our district, and we're looking forward to working with Lamar Smith here and also with Senator McCain to create a bipartisan solution for the best of the United States of America. Thank you.
Can either of you comment on the amoebic dysentery outbreak and who you might think might be the culprit behind it?
That's something we're waiting for law enforcement to give us more details about. We'll be happy to comment on that when we have some evidence and we have some suspects that are in our hands so we can investigate it further.
Despite the fact that emotions were running high, committee co-chair Senator Carl Levin said the committee had, for the most part, been able to make some progress. Does everybody in the committee seem to be on the same page?
Yeah, I've been really happy working with everyone. I've been really impressed with how both sides have seemed to come together on a lot of these issues, and it seems to be one of those rare situations where we have both parties truly interested, for the most part. Obviously, there's some deviation from that. Some representatives have been somewhat discouraging on that front. We hope to continue the work that we're doing and get that bipartisan approach that we've had throughout most of the discussion so far.
And co-chair Mike McCall laid out the committee's plans going forward.
We finally hashed out our rules. We are going to be calling 6 witnesses. Each caucus will be able to call 1 witness, and then the other 4 witnesses will be called by a majority. We plan to put these people on a panel. Each witness will be allowed to make a 5-minute or will be making a 5-minute statement, and then from there they will be open to question from any of the 6 representatives.
Later, the Joint Homeland Security Committee issued a press release announcing the 6 groups it has chosen to testify at the hearing on Friday. Among those was the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Coalition, which includes U.S. Customs and Border Protection as well as the Arizona and New Mexico Departments of Public Safety and the Texas National Guard. But the coalition will be doing more than just answering lawmakers' questions.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection is requesting a special congressional appropriation to continue to protect the border and further investigate the contamination of the water stations.
Stakes are high in the growing crisis at the border, and Friday's hearing, with a diverse group of witnesses, promises to be a doozy. Reporting for Fox News, this is Will Yates.